Oh, we're live. That's fantastic. What a great way to start. This is BTB Now. I have no voice.
I have no internet.
Cancer. Take over this train wreck, Nick.
What?
Take over the train wreck.
Oh, okay. BTB Now. This is a show we like to do every now and then. And by that I mean every Monday at about 8:30, give or take a few minutes, considering my internet situation and your immune system situation.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
I think I'm back.
If you're not familiar with what we do here, I can't imagine why you're not, because I'm really only speaking to one person watching, I think, right?
Well, right now there's no one, but yeah, essentially.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But here we are. We survived however many weeks. I'm just in the midst of like.
Thank God.
Oh, we do have a viewer right now. That's fantastic. Stick around because we're gonna get to actual talk after I tweet this out.
Oh, okay. Very good.
I really need the internet.
Should I just get cracking on the disaster that was Sunday?
No. Let's do this the right way. Since football has returned, and baseball in Pennsylvania sucks.
Yep.
We are officially
Wait,
canceling.
Should I double check the NL Central standings? Because I feel like every time we go to do this, the Pirates are 3 games out.
No, they're 10.5. They're 10.5 back in the NL Central. I've got you.
And how many games are left?
And more than 10.5, but not quite enough. 11.5 back to the Wild Card.
So there's a chance.
The season has been canceled. Thank you all for playing.
I've canceled it more times than I can remember.
The Phillies' future still looks bright. However, the present still looks quite bleak. Tim Tebow has not been called up yet by the Mets. It's just a mess, really. Baseball is just a mess for me right now.
I no disagreements here.
But I don't know if anyone saw the intern teasing a little potential interview coming up on Burgh to Bell.
He texted me about it.
I'll tease you a little more. It does have to do with baseball. That's all you get. That 0 viewers, that's all you get. You're not getting any more than me.
I'm not going to spoil it because I don't know too much about it. But he texted me about it, and I'm just like, okay, and
yeah, that's pretty much what I said. He was like, I'm going to do this interview.
I'm impressed to figure out how he managed that.
Well, he said, I'm going to do this interview. And I was, of course, being the chief, he ran by me. Great job on his part. I was like, okay, go ahead and do it. Like, I'm not going to turn you down for doing an interview for the West. Like, it was almost like permission. And permission was granted. He's like, so what do you want me to do? I was like, well, most times when an interview happens,
conduct an interview. But I have to say I am impressed because I don't want to spoil anything further. But not too many professionals I know involved in the baseball world that take interviews from 10-year-olds. So good job by him.
Well, yeah. I don't know if they would have taken that interview from him, knowing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. No one knows that he's like 13 years old.
Nobody knew that until right now. But good thing is, no one's watching, so no one will know.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Delete that part from everyone's memory, and no one will know.
Are we in trouble that all our interns are minors, by the way? Well, you're a minor, too, so we're good.
I had everything signed. Okay. This legal disclaimer. Lawyers, U.S. justice people, please.
We have a lawyer.
Pause. We do. We've got actually a couple lawyers for a couple different states. Please hit pause.
No, lawyers don't hit pause. All the police hit pause.
Anyone that can put me behind bars, please push pause.
All feds
Fast
and
forward.
narcs, please stop listening now. Okay, they can't fast forward. This is a live stream, you idiot.
Well, I'm assuming you'll be watching it on replay like 10 times. So just every
Okay.
time, I'll remind them. So if you're watching this live, which you're not, I can see, please stop, don't watch, and come back in like 2 minutes.
This one, come back next week.
Even though our interns are technically minors, they have signed paperwork agreeing to work as interns. And, you know,
For free.
also,
Unpaid labor.
another little tease for you. Maybe another Burgh writer coming on board.
Ooh. I'll take it.
Oh, the chief doing work. Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, I really can't handle this load all by myself. And I barely do that. So I don't know. I guess as long as we're not really talking to anybody here, I might as well just like vent my thing. But gotta say, I'm not a big writing guy. Just because like I have all these thoughts in my brain that just like keep going and keep going.
Well, no, I understand.
And like
I think I see where you're coming from.
if I could just like sit down, watch the game, and just hit record like in my brain, and just like have that like get spat out like in 3 hours, and just have that be a blog, that'd be awesome. I don't feel like sitting here and like remembering. I mean, I guess I'll have to put some content out there eventually, but I don't know. I just don't feel like it.
See, I get that. The whole sitting down to write thing, kind of a hassle.
Oh, I hate it. But like,
I prefer
that's the thing. Like, I like it because it's like I write the way I talk too, but I don't like writing, and I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but you know.
Well, I can confirm this to all the thousands of viewers right now. Nick will be starting a Monday blog at some point. We're gonna get him to do it.
I guess. I mean, it's kind of late to do it today. I think it might start tomorrow. My Monday blog might start.
Hey, that's okay. From the Chief start as a Saturday thing, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a Wednesday thing this week.
I want to put out my weekly gambling picks out there, but then every time I go to write them down, I think, well, why am I not charging people for this? I feel like I'm just going to be driving down the lines on myself. So what I'm going to do is I have a spreadsheet going for myself anyway. So I think after I put my picks in, I'll share them with the public.
I see. I thought
And then
we were going
eventually,
to premium content. Maybe you were going to join the Athletic and just leave us high and dry.
See, that's the thing. Like Clay Travis goes like 30-40% with all his picks, and he charges like $100 a year for them. And I don't think we can really establish premium content if we only have like 3 people looking at our regular content.
Hey, some people might want to see your picks that badly.
That's true. So if I have a decent enough, see, that's the thing. I didn't even like record all my picks for this week, so I guess I'll start with week 2. And
direct quote from my dad: "You don't know you're going to fail until you actually fail."
That's fair. Yeah.
So
I guess I'll start with that this week, and if I have a decent enough record, people will start paying me for my gambling advice.
Yeah,
I do have both unders tonight, which makes me sick to my stomach, but it seems to be working out thus far.
All right, here's the deal. You got a set number of picks, right? You make per week. How many is it?
I didn't hear what you said.
Typically, you have a set number of picks per week you make, correct?
I mean, I guess I'll do 5. That sounds like a good number, but I mean, it's usually just like how I feel, you know?
If you go 4 for 5 in a week, the price for your picks the next week are $4.
That's cheap, dude. That works for me though. I'll take whatever I can get. I'm trying to pay my way through college here.
5, only pay $1 next week.
If I go what for 5?
1 for 5.
Oh, okay. So so it only goes up to $5.
I mean, we could do times 2.
I don't know. That's a little steep.
All right.
I know I wouldn't pay that.
All right. Well, welcome into the Burgh to Bell meeting. Really, thank you all for tuning in. Speaking of picks,
So I think we were talking about baseball, but that
no,
sucks.
we canceled baseball season. Baseball season's over. It's been canceled. So since we canceled that and we're talking about picks, I'm gonna do a thing in this business that I call segue.
I loved the segment last week. So, and it actually worked out.
We're gonna segue on in to the fact that last week I had FAU at a 35.5 point dog against Wisconsin, and they covered. So once again, that was free. I'm going to reiterate, that was free advice. I just handed that to you. I took the steak, put it on a platter, and gave it to you. That was like some filet mignon right there.
Didn't the spread jump up too?
What?
Didn't it jump up to like 38 too?
I think it did go up.
So there you go. You got in at the ground floor.
I gave that out to everyone. And if there weren't people hitting it rich in the FAU game, that's not my fault. That's on you, the listener.
Mississippi State was big for me because I got them minus 9.5, and they won by like 30.
That's not bad. Now, I also feel it's necessary to mention, because, it is Burgh to Bell Sports. We do happen to do Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and the middle of the state, which is typically where I reside. On my opinions, when Jason's on here, I kind of take a centrist, like Harrisburg sort of view on everything.
I thought you were southeast.
Well, I have to be more centered because I've got two polar opposites pulling me at sides, and if we let the show get too imbalanced, the -5 Pittsburgh people that watch this could be offended.
No, to be fair, I think you're more of like a diehard Philly guy than Cantor is. I feel like Cantor's like a self-loathing Philly fan. I feel like in the grand scheme of things, when it comes down to like the actual games and like watching the Eagles, watching the Phillies, watching the Sixers, Cantor has a lot more perspective and like is a lot more grounded than you are. Because I was with you at a Phillies game and it was not a pretty sight.
To be fair, the Phillies game this year, I was just trying to be able to say I was at one of their like 60 wins.
And those are too high of aspirations.
Okay. Maybe baseball, I'm a little too high on the Phillies. When it comes to basketball and football, I think I'm one of the more grounded around this area.
That's fine. And then you don't even care about hockey, which I resent you for. But
it's not that I don't care about hockey. It's just I don't expect much out of the Flyers. I am so grounded. I'm like the basement. Okay, they've got prospects, yada, 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 yada.
Dude, the Flyers prospect base is so stacked, it's not even funny. And they have the number 2 overall pick, Nolan Patrick, who was supposed to go number 1 like all year.
Okay.
Yes, he looks like a girl. Yes, his cheeks are inhumanly rosy. And yes, he's injury prone, but he is supposed to be like the second coming. So.
Okay, first off, Tim Tebow, second coming.
Okay, very good.
Got that clear out. First, I'd like to point out the Flyers pretty much could bring in Wayne Gretzky in his prime somehow, and I would still be like on the basement floor with them. I just don't trust the Flyers. I just feel like anytime I want to get excited about them, it just falls apart. And you know what? Maybe I'm still a little hurt that Mike Richards didn't get to carry the cup. And maybe it's all the 1976 jokes weighing down on me. Now, you know what?
1966.
76. You can't hear me because I'm sick.
It's 1975.
75, whatever. Anyways,
wait, when did Mike Richards?
It got
Mike
blown
Richards.
out. It got blown out. That's where I was going with this.
Okay,
Penn
wait,
State.
wait, hold up. So, wait, what did you just say?
I said Pitt got blown out.
No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, it did.
You've seen a picture of Nolan Patrick, right?
Yes.
Doesn't he look like a girl?
Listen, buddy. If you're just gonna
No, I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to slander anyone's name. I genuinely think he looks like a girl.
And I genuinely think he looks like the future of the Flyers. So
okay, but like the future of the Flyers looks like like it's not a knock on him. I'm just saying, like it's just an observation, and I'm wondering if I'm the only one who sees it.
I think you see a lot more than I see it.
Okay, whatever. So okay. Temple Villanova, you were saying?
No. Penn State blew out Pitt.
No, I don't think that happened.
That did happen.
I don't recall that.
Future Heisman.
You are what? You are what?
Better than Pitt.
Okay, but like that's not an accomplishment. Pitt's about to get blown out even worse by Oklahoma State this week.
Not only are they better than Pitt, but they don't even respect Pitt. They put Pitt in the same conversation as Akron.
Okay, that was just dumb. That was so dumb.
No, and that was beautiful.
Here's my honest take on that. If James Franklin's point in that was to dismiss Pitt, he did exactly the opposite because that proved that this rivalry is still alive.
I mean, of course, this rivalry.
He went out of his like he wouldn't if he actually believed what he said. He wouldn't have said anything near that. He went out of his way to disrespect Pitt,
which was amazing.
Penn State wasted the power of a whiteout on Pitt. So how does that feel?
That was kind of disappointing. I think when I end up at Penn State at some point this season, and it's not a whiteout, I'm going to be real disappointed that.
And here's the thing, I'm not even a Pitt fan. Like I tend to root for them, like whenever they play or whatever. Mm-hmm. But even as like not necessarily a Pitt fan, I hate Penn State. And it's not because of any of that BS with Joe Pop, because I defended him for a long time too. But I hate Penn State. They are the worst.
Okay, well, congrats.
No reaction. Thank you.
I have to say, the power of the whiteout is probably going to be used again when Michigan comes to town.
I feel like you can only use that once, though.
Now, see, they're trying to do it twice a year, which I didn't like. I liked when I went to the whiteout game, 8 o'clock, Ohio State a few years back. The game ended with the line collapsing and Christian Hackenberg being sacked from behind, which was a trademark of those offensive lines way back in the day. But the whiteout was crazy. And I feel like now if you're sort of diluting the craziness by adding whiteouts. Like I feel like
the whiteout worked clearly against Ohio State last year. But yes. Did they have a second one last year?
I'm assuming this year that they're going to do a whiteout against Michigan.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. I feel like you wasted it. Like you used it against Pitt and now it's over. I feel like Michigan's going to stomp them again.
That could happen. State whiteouts. A stripe out when I go to see the Nebraska game.
Okay, that's just dumb. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, another whiteout.
No, it's not going to work. They're going to get stomped. And wait, where is Penn State? Like east?
It is literally in the middle of the country, middle of the state.
Is it? I thought it was a lot closer to me than it is. So wait, is it by like Hershey?
No, it's like dead center.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess past Hershey if you're thinking relative to where you are.
Well, now I'm even further because I'm basically on the border of New York right now. But But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Penn State's the worst. I don't even like Pitt's not great, but
I apologize.
So there's Pitt
Last year
and then
was
there's
straight out
20 feet of
against
crap,
Temple.
and then there's Penn State.
Last year was a straight out against Temple, so they didn't go to it the 2 whiteouts. That's on my bad right there. Speaking of Temple, they played Villanova in the battle for Philadelphia, which was not supposed to be a battle. Temple was like,
wait, how is it a battle for Philadelphia? Villanova's not Philadelphia.
Oh my god. Well, in the grand scheme of,
I'm not trying to be that annoying person, but like, it's clearly defined that it's not. It's like, why?
now listen, let me take you back on a little history trip. The Big Five, Philadelphia college sports, specifically college basketball.
Wait, can I try doing this?
Go ahead.
There's Temple, St. Joe's. There's Temple, St. Joe's. Penn State.
No. Out.
Wait, what are the other ones?
All right, think Ivy League.
Penn?
Penn.
Okay, so Temple, Penn, St. Joe's, Villanova, really?
Villanova. Good.
And Penn State.
No.
What's it called? Ursinus.
No. That's D3.
Oh, okay.
That's literally like really close to where I live. I was about to give a time estimate, but I'm not.
Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
No.
Oh, okay. It was worth the
try. LaSalle University.
LaSalle's in Philly?
Yes.
Why did I think that was in California?
You also thought Tommy Joseph was a bullpen pitcher. I don't know what to tell you.
Tommy Joseph is a bullpen pitcher. He belongs in the middle reliever role.
But anyways, Villanova.
He's literally Tommy Joseph is literally Java Chamberlain.
Villanova, by inheritance, was brought into the Big Five. Now, you'll hear people use the term City Six and try and throw Drexel in there, but really, it's the Big Five.
Wait, but Drexel actually is Philadelphia.
Yeah, but they weren't really anything. I don't even know if they were divisional. I don't know how long. I don't know why Drexel wasn't included in the whole thing, but really, they're the outcasts of the entire group.
I just feel like, but like geographically,
when it comes down to it,
geographically, isn't Villanova like at least an hour and a half outside of Philadelphia?
You did go to Villanova for like,
I went to Villanova like 3 summers in a row.
Yeah. So I myself am 45 minutes from Philadelphia.
Okay. And
I start going the way towards Villanova. I start going the way towards Philly. 20 minutes into that drive, I get to Villanova.
Oh, okay. Wait, you live in Collegeville. What college is there?
Ursinus.
And that's why it's called Collegeville for a D3 school?
Yes.
That's weak.
Technically Oaks.
Okay.
I'm
not getting into this. Okay, so Temple Villanova. Temple won. I should have bet on it. I didn't. I didn't go with my gut.
What was the line on that?
6 or 7.
Yeah. Temple only won 16-13.
Oh,
big disappointment for the FBS.
Never mind. Because I bet
FBS team.
I bet on Temple to cover against Notre Dame, and that was a huge mistake.
I don't know what's up with Temple. The whole Matt Rule jump into Baylor might have him a little shaken. I don't know what Jeff Collins is doing. I haven't watched enough of them, to be honest. I would have to get my Iowa Sports Update insider, Addison Hunsker, to really explain what's happening on the field there. But disappointing, to say the least.
Yeah.
So that's all we got from college football. Oh, wait, no, that isn't all we got
Thank
from
God.
college football, because I have to make my pick for this week.
Oh, okay. I didn't even look at the lines to tell you the truth.
It's okay. I am looking at them right now.
Oh, wait,
And
what's the Oklahoma State Pitt line? Because I'll take Oklahoma State.
13.5.
Oh, that's low.
Very generous. Very generous.
Very generous.
Wow. There are not a lot of good lines here.
Well, we're into week 3.
Yeah, I know. That's unfortunate.
Does conference play start yet?
I mean, there'll be some, but not much. I might have to take Georgia State to cover 38 against Penn State.
Yeah, that's not even that bad.
No, I'm
Although
gonna go with that. Georgia State
be careful with the Penn State lines because I took Akron. Oh wait, hold up. Here's one for you. Oh no, that's not a 60.5 line. That's a 20.5 line. Let me just take a quick
Georgia
scroll.
State has a 6% chance of winning.
Huh?
Georgia State has a 0.6% chance of winning, according to ESPN.
Oh, okay. I'll take those odds.
Okay.
Even Syracuse Central Michigan, that should be a hell of a game. I'll actually take Central Michigan will probably win outright. They're 10.5 point dogs. They'll probably beat Syracuse outright. Oh, Army are 30.5 point dogs at Ohio State.
You know what? I'm going to go Army. I don't believe in JT Barrett. 30.5 point dogs. But
I forgot JT Barrett was still in college.
He's becoming Perry Ellis level, to be honest.
Yeah. I live for Perry Ellis jokes. Wait, where is he in the D League somewhere?
I hope so. He might be in a retirement home league for all we know.
Oh, yeah, there's no lines above Georgia State. But I think the best chance as far as 30 plus goes is what was the one I just gave you?
Army,
yes. Army in Columbus.
Yeah. 30.5. Give it to me.
Give it to me again.
All right. We're going to play a little game with you. You ready?
Okay.
Game is called Quick Takes.
Okay.
Point of this is to keep our viewers informed on the NFL, but not bore them with games they couldn't care less about.
Very good. I mean, I only watched from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. I only watched the Steelers almost lose to the Browns, but I'll pretend that I'm informed.
Don't worry, I watched Red Zone.
Oh, also, what game was Tony Romo on?
I believe Titans Raiders.
Oh, I wish I watched that now. I really like him, and there's very few football broadcasters I actually like. I think it's Al Michaels. Al Michaels, Joe Buck. I think that might be it. And now Romo. That's it. I was ready for Jay Cutler to be my favorite, but he's since moved on to greener pastures.
You ready? Here we go.
Okay, yeah, I'm good.
Chiefs Patriots.
Surprising. Wait, are we doing one word or should I like?
I mean, it's a quick take. You don't have to be one word about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty surprised. I thought the Patriots were gonna roll them, but hey, more power to Andy, I guess.
All right, Bills beat the Jets 21-12.
I didn't even know that happened. The Jets scored a touchdown though, so good for them.
That's about the summary of their season. Good for them. They showed up.
Yeah. Although, wait, I did see that. I think they were down. Well, I guess they were down 9 points with like 4 minutes left, and they decided to punt on like 4th and 5, something like that. So it's very, the tank job is very clear.
Well, speaking of teams that are not good, the Bears gave the Falcons a scare.
Yeah, I was.
But
I mean, I didn't see any of that, but I was shocked looking at the scoreline. So, although I did think that the Bears were going to be a lot better than expected, and I think last week I gave them 5 or 6 wins, and I think that's pretty good for what the Bears what most Bears predictions were. So I still think they'll win 5 or 6 games.
more power to you. Unfortunately, Mike Glennon was starting a quarterback for them, and he was sacked to end the game. It was a perfect ending, really.
I think Trubisky starts before week 8.
I'm going week 5 on the dot.
Oh, really?
Unless they
Okay.
fly, in which case.
I just feel like they've spent so much money on Glennon, and they seem to be committed to letting him start this season. I don't think it's going to work out, but I think they're going to hold out until about halfway through the season.
I believe that would be the game against the Vikings. So, yeah, there you go. There's your just randomly thrown out prediction. I think I just accidentally added the Bears as a favorite team on my phone. That's going to be a mistake. All right. After that, you get the jeez, my voice. Ravens and Bengals from the
I didn't even hear what you said.
20-0. The Bengals are shut out. Dalton throws 4 picks. It was ugly.
Yeah, see, when I was watching like the score of that, I was surprised, and then I remembered Andy Dalton against an AFC North team. So it wasn't a nationally televised game, which I mean I'm usually thinking like Thursday night versus the Browns where he gets annihilated. But looking back, I shouldn't have been surprised at all. But neither of those teams are making the playoffs, so I don't really care, to tell you the truth. Danny Woodhead did go down with an injury though, and
that breaks my heart.
That wasn't it was like in the first 10 minutes. So
That breaks
I wasn't too happy with that. Even if he is a Raven this year, I was really rooting for him.
Aside from that, all aside, I think the game really left everyone asking one question.
Don't
Is
say
Joe
it.
Flacco
Don't say it. Oh, God, you said it. No. It's not.
All right, we'll try again next week.
Not hard.
Try again next week. Don't worry. You can warm up to the idea.
I hate you.
The Lions beat the Cardinals 35-23 in what was probably the beginning of the end for Carson Palmer.
So undeserved. So undeserved. For both teams. Neither of them deserve to be there. I feel like they should both be relegated.
Speaking of teams that should have been relegated long ago, the Jaguars played the Texans and actually destroyed them.
How does it happen? Like,
I don't know. A few days after I gave them a 3-win prediction, they come out and stop the Texans.
And like,
ready to wonder, is it the Jaguars here?
And the hurricane factor too. I don't get it. How did that happen?
I don't know. I was lost.
In Houston.
I don't get it. I really don't. Now, another AFC South team was in action because it's week 1. The Titans took on the Raiders.
Oh. I thought you were talking about someone else. Yeah, no, I expected the Raiders to win. A lot of people doubted me there. And I'm not as high on the Titans as most people are. I think they're just one of those picks that like everybody latches onto every year. One year was the Bucs to win the South. Last year was the Jaguars to win the South. There's just like one of those sleeper picks every year that everyone says is a sleeper pick, and then it ceases to be a sleeper pick, and it never actually comes to fruition. So I think the Titans, they might win the wild card, but they're pretty much frauds this year.
Okay, well, you're wrong, but it's okay because you think that. The Raiders are just an incredible team, and they came in and beat the Titans. There you go. Now, there is one more AFC South team we have to get to.
Oh,
They
so
got
bad.
annihilated. Wait, before you say anything, I'd like to point out Sunday startup, what I wrote literally in like 10 minutes. My hot take of the week, Jared Goff going for 300 yards. He made that look silly. I should have went for like 500. Dude, the Colts defense made that guy look like a first overall pick, which I think people forget that Jared Goff was a first overall pick.
My take is 4 words. Jeff Fisher deserved better.
That is fair. But in the interest of less than mediocrity, which they experienced this final season, Scott Tolzien show, absolute must-see TV. Unfortunately, only lasted a half. Jacoby Brissett is pretty much the future of the Colts.
Oh, really? He got benched? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so I think Jacoby Brissett, the future. Anyone? Yeah, I know you're on that bandwagon.
So what's Luck's timetable? Have we heard anything? I know he's
Like
out this
4
week.
weeks. Pretty much enough time where the Colts will just totally be dead in the water by the time he shows up.
R.I.P. in peace.
Yep. Wasted his career, really. Ryan Grigson. Anyways. Moving right along to really one of the worst games ever. And it really had nothing to do with how the game happened. Like, it should have been good. Like, I should enjoy this type of game. But the Packers beating the Seahawks 17-9, I really just want to cry. I just want to see.
No, I gave up on it. I went out to eat instead.
I just want to see people, like, score. Is that such a horrible thing to say?
No, and in a league where all the rules are designed to increase scoring, I don't get it. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't see much of the game. I wasn't really interested in that, and I was watching Red Zone. So, yeah. But I've never, like, I think Aaron Rodgers is a top 5 quarterback in the league, but I still think he's vastly overrated, even though that's true, if that makes sense. I'm really not that high on him ever. And then Russell Wilson, I'm even lower on. So,
You took the last bit of remaining life out of me. You know that, right?
are you an Aaron Rodgers guy?
We'll get to that some other day.
Wait, what do you have against Aaron Rodgers? Or what do you have for Aaron Rodgers? I don't like him at all.
Okay, what I have against Aaron Rodgers, if we could start there, would be his brother.
Oh my God.
That would be what I have against him. The other guy should have won that year in the Bachelorette. He should have. Me and Steve talked about it. It was all set in stone.
Oh, you know who should have won? Chad. Chad was in that season, right?
Yeah, Chad was in that season. That was crazy.
Chad was my guy. My guy.
Of course he was your guy.
Chad, well, actually, I didn't watch an episode of that season, because I wasn't into it yet. But I saw it a lot on Twitter. But he was my guy. And then the year after, I actually watched it, or last year I actually watched it. Corinne, 100% my girl. If we put Corinne and Chad together and turned that into a reality show, I would watch that every day of the week.
I am excited. Well, actually, that was tonight. Tonight is the finale of The Bachelor in Paradise. I don't watch personally, but Raven, fan favorite from Bachelor. I'm a big Bachelor guy.
I was a huge Raven guy, and isn't the Russian girl from Arkansas there too, or Tennessee or wherever she was from?
Christina.
Yes, she was my girl.
Yes, Christina. Yeah, she was there. I think she's gone at this point, but I'm not sure.
Okay, whatever.
I haven't watched. I just heard Raven still sticking around and about to find love. And honestly, I'm pulling for you, Raven.
No, Raven was the best. She was such a sweetheart.
Now, Raven.
Are you a Big Brother guy, by the way?
What?
Are you a Big Brother guy?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. I'm a big Brother guy,
feel like I
even though
should be,
every season I say it sucks, and then I feel obligated to watch it. But I'm a Big Brother guy.
All right. Well, getting back to the whole Raven thing. Raven happens to be the singular form of the Ravens.
Of Ravens. There you go.
Yes.
Nice segue.
Now, a few years ago,
But we already talked about the
the
Ravens.
Ravens. It's just a little segue. Can you let me finish?
Yeah, sure. Go
Raven,
for it.
that form of Ravens. Ravens, a few years ago, played the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Now, the 49ers have,
I remember that.
49ers have since fallen off the map, and they played this week. They lost 23-3 against the Panthers.
Cam Newton looked awful and still dominated them.
That is the best quick take we've had, and we're in the second to last game. Cowboys, Giants. 19-3. Cowboys.
I felt like that was pretty boring too.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Ezekiel Elliott might as well have been suspended.
And then weren't the Giants your pick to win the division?
Yeah, they look atrocious. Atrocious. Offensive line.
Cowboys are winning that division.
No, Giants will still win the division. They need some time. They need to figure out the whole Bob McAdoo haircut situation.
Cowboys are going. What did I say? 13-3 or 14-2, and winning the Super Bowl.
Okay. Well, I saved the two Pennsylvania games for the end, so we can give a little analysis on that. I'll let you start off. Okay, thank you.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to throw it to you, but you threw it to me. It's like a father-son pass here. Anywho, we got Carson Wentz making plays. Sorry, I can't do this. I'm just laughing through this whole thing.
I was so sure the Redskins would win too.
I was too.
I don't know why.
I was certain before the game. I was like, wow, this is going to be a great deflating week one loss. And the first quarter, seeing Nelson Aguilar catch that pass, I had all the confidence in the world. I was like, this is going to be amazing. The Super Bowl runs back on.
How does that happen?
Let's do this. It doesn't really happen. I'm just John Gruden.
Like Nelson Aguilar catching a pass.
Oh. I don't know, man. Blind squirrel finds a nut. Broken clocks, right? Twice a day. All the typical cliches. Then the second quarter happened. You know, the pick six, Ryan Kerrigan. Are you serious right now?
He's my guy.
And then they couldn't stop it.
Are you acting like he's not a big name? Wait, are you acting like Ryan Kerrigan's not a big name?
I didn't say it wasn't a big name.
He's a Pro Bowler, dude.
I didn't say that. I never said he wasn't a big name.
Oh, you were like, Ryan Kerrigan, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I was upset that he had a pick six.
Oh. I mean, he's a pretty athletic guy.
Okay. Anywho.
Jack. What a guy.
Ronald Darby destroys his ankle. That thing literally looked like it was like a right angle. Like, that's not how it's supposed to lay. Yeah, one of those. Not the way it's supposed to be. Got the good news today that he's okay. And then later today, Shefty decides to drop on me that Caleb Sturgis is going to be out 4 weeks. So we're back in the kicker market. And there's nothing like adding a free agent kicker during the season.
Might I suggest Josh Scobie?
There's a reason why all these kickers aren't employed. There's a reason to this.
Josh Scobie, former Pro Bowler.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, I hear Jeff Reed's available.
Yeah, great.
Wait, is David Akers still around?
I mean, he's probably working a regular job because, kicker contracts way back in the day.
Well, no, he was playing for the 49ers like up until a couple of years ago, no?
Well, a couple years ago became a while ago as time continued.
Wasn't he with the 49ers when Vic was an Eagle? What was that, 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago, buddy. It was a while.
Whatever.
All right. Anyway, the second quarter happened. Caleb Sturgis did hit a kick at a 50-yard kick.
Oh, you're only in the second quarter? Jesus.
Caleb Sturgis hit a 50-yard kick at the half. And let me tell you.
Wait, hold up, pause. Isn't it Caleb?
No, it's Caleb.
I'm pretty sure it's Caleb.
My sources can't confirm it's Caleb.
I don't think it is.
It's most certainly Caleb.
I feel like at Florida it was Caleb.
Well, guess what? He grew up and he ditched the baby nickname of Caleb.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, he hits the field goal, 50 yards. And at that point, I knew something was wrong with him. Like, he might be on steroids. He might, like, I didn't know. Like, the 50-yarder, him stepping out from 50 was something different. He hit another field goal. Redskins hit another field goal. And honestly, the best part of this was the fact that the Redskins totally got screwed by a non-fumble.
Oh, is that what happened? I didn't watch it.
The Eagles are up 22-17. Kirk Cousins throws a pass at Fletcher Cox's hands. Cox knocks it down and runs it into the end zone. And somehow, after review, it was still a fumble.
Huh.
I thought for sure that thing was a pass. And the ref's like, nah, you're good, touchdown. And from that point on, the celebration just sort of took over. We got into victory formation to start the year. Love the way the defense played. Wentz had some great shining moments. Also some moments where I just wanted to bury my head and cry a little bit. LeGarrette Blount is an Eagle. That's probably the biggest takeaway from that.
I thought for sure he was going to suck and Sproles was going to be the number one back all year.
Oh, that still might happen. You got Dougie P.
There was talk of him getting cut in training camp.
P, let me tell you something. This guy runs so many screens.
Do not talk to me about running too many screens.
No.
Do not. Because I don't know if you saw this. First offensive drive for the Steelers. They're behind their own 20-yard line. They run 6 screens in a row and then are surprised when the Browns are expecting the 7th screen in a row. And a couple were set back by penalties. These 7 consecutive screens on the first drive of the game. So the first 7 offensive plays they had were screens. They gained about 4 total yards. So don't talk to me about running too many screens.
Yeah,
because they ran screens pretty much all game.
Antonio Brown.
What?
They running screens to Antonio Brown.
And Martavis Bryant, just about anyone there. Everyone gets a screen. You get a screen. You get a screen. Oprah.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember this guy named Nelson Aguilar. We talked about his great catch, but he's mostly known for his poor hands. I swear every time I turn around, he's getting a screen pass. If he's not getting a screen pass, then we're trying to throw it to Wendell Smallwood. What's the point of bringing out Wendell Smallwood with Darren I don't know.
I desperately want a Wendell Smallwood jersey, but I feel like the Eagles' current jerseys are kind of ugly. I want and I really don't wear NFL jerseys other than the Steelers. But like if I was an Eagles fan, I'd get a throwback Wendell Smallwood jersey.
I don't know what to say. But the Eagles won. I'll be happy. We get Andy Reid next week, which is kind of like, student meets the master. What I can say is expect a lot of early timeouts. The second quarter will go by very fast. Aside from that, I don't have much for you. You can go ahead and take over with the Steelers.
Oh my! I don't even want to talk about it, to tell you the truth. I just told you about the whole screen ordeal. The defense looked really good, which is surprising. And the offense looked really bad, which was also surprising. I don't know, like the Browns didn't even look good. But I don't even know how the game was so close. But the Steelers were just awful. I haven't even looked at the schedule because I don't want to look at who we're playing next week. But It's not looking good, to tell you the truth. If there was ever a year to be bad in the regular season, it's this one because all three teams suck. But I don't know. Something has to pick up before the playoffs if they want to be able to lose to the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, like I think they will. I don't know. I don't even want to develop takes on this because my hatred for the Steelers coaching staff has been well documented. I think pretty much every player on that team is mismanaged. But shout out to TJ Watt for a great game. I didn't like that pick when it went down, but I'm definitely liking it now. And hopefully Ben refrains from any further brain damage. So, I mean, that's about it. Also, future Mike Tomlin, please do not limit Le'Veon Bell's carries because he's literally the best running back in the league. And he had about 12 yards yesterday.
How about this? Just a thought. Food for thought. Browns come within 3 of the Steelers. They're a 6-win team. Yeah, confirmed.
I don't think so. I think that was it wasn't fluky for the Browns because the Browns didn't even look good. Well, I guess it was. But that's the thing. It wasn't even a fluke game where the Browns were good. The Steelers were just trash offensively. I think that scoreline should have been probably in the 30s, if not the 40s, to about 10. You know, it wasn't. Also infuriating because the Steelers were. Also, did you see how Hugh Jackson managed his timeouts? So he's meaning to challenge an Antonio Brown catch, and there's about 2 minutes. They're just before the 2-minute warning. He's meaning to challenge it, so he calls a timeout, and then challenges it. Loses the challenge, so he loses both timeouts. They have no timeouts remaining at the 2-minute warning.
Fantastic.
So the Steelers were also obviously up 3. They were on the Browns' 30-yard line and needed a touchdown to cover. They went into victory formation. So that was infuriating for me, and I'm sure several people around the world.
Chris Collinsworth.
I hate him too. But yeah, but I mean, that alone from Hugh Jackson. And let me tell you, Mike Tomlin probably would have done the same thing. But I think that's a sign for things to come for the Browns.
No, you're wrong. 6 wins.
Worth noting, Steelers secondary looked incredible, which I haven't said in probably 10 years. And I mean, 10 years ago, I wasn't really that eloquent with talking about NFL secondaries. So I probably have never said that.
Okay. Yeah, so as I realized that my voice has officially died off, and I'm not listening to John Gruden right now, which pains me.
I hate him so much.
Well,
Let me tell you what, man. Hey, man.
Okay, so here's the good thing about John Gruden.
No.
Let's say you really like a player. Singular play in that game, he probably becomes a bona fide superstar in the mind of John Gruden. And that's just fantastic.
That means nothing.
It means everything. For a football guy like John Gruden, it means everything.
Do you remember when was Johnny Manziel drafted? 3 years ago?
About that.
4 years ago? Do you remember watching that draft and literally every single pick, besides the pick Johnny Manziel was picked at, John Gruden was predicting him to get picked?
Well,
I don't think I'm exaggerating there. Huh?
He's right. Every pick that went by, Manziel wasn't picked. He should have been picked at. Johnny Manziel does not go to the Browns. His career lasts longer. He literally went to the organization with the least structure in all the NFL, where he needed the most structure. The NFL failed that man. He did not fail the NFL. The NFL failed that man.
I guess. Also,
And then,
this under is not looking promising.
and additionally, while we're on the topic, the NFL also failed Tim Tebow.
No, I
Tim
think
Tebow was not.
Tim Tebow failed Tim Tebow, and this is why. And I don't want this to carry on too long because your voice is dying out and the show is dying out. But I think Tebow was done a disservice by being drafted in the first round by Josh McDaniels. That was a mistake. So way too high of expectations for him coming in. And that whole first season was a mess with him replacing Orton and what transpired after that. But afterwards, Tebow could have been a very serviceable backup, but he refused to accept that kind of role. And he could have chosen to go to Jacksonville. He could have even been the starter there. He chose to go to New York, where Mark Sanchez already was, caused chaos there. And then when he was asked to move to tight end or running back or whatever position, he refused because he wanted to be a quarterback. And then when the CFL came calling and the LA Kiss of the AFL came calling and the Milano Seamen of the Italian League came calling, he refused also because he wanted to be an NFL quarterback. So I think in the grand scheme of things, he got very unlucky early on, but ultimately it was him that refused to let his career go forward because he could have been a backup for the Patriots.
Also, worth pointing out, the Philadelphia Soul offered him a contract, and he did not.
Yeah. And that was his own ego getting in the way. So I have no sympathy for him there.
Okay. Johnny, quick question before I close this thing out. Why is Johnny Manziel not considered a baseball career?
I feel like he's way better than Tebow. I think he's just kind of done, though, because it's not like he needs the money. He comes from a lot of money to begin with. So I think if his heart's not in it, what's the point? He can just continue sitting pretty. And even if he didn't have the money, he can live off being Johnny Manziel from here on out.
I know. I'm waiting for the clothing line.
I would 100% wear it. Or I don't know why this just crossed my mind, but Johnny Manziel joining the Big Baller brand.
That's it. We're doing it.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. We have plans to make. The LLC we have formed is about to represent Johnny Manziel. I don't know if that's probably legal. We're going to represent Johnny Manziel and form a merger between the Manziel brand and the Big Baller brand and create pretty much a dynasty. We're rich. You all are not. We just trademarked that idea while we were sitting here.
Cease and desist.
Thank you all for watching. Like I said, I'm rich. He's rich. You're not. So give you, sports and stuff and whatever this ended up becoming. I might have a voice. There it goes. It's gone.
Good night.